Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another fabulous edition of Theater Talk at 3 o'clock. How are you, my lovely guests?
Oh, we're great. How about you, Shell?
Doing well. Wonderful. Well, you all know Yuki here, but we have another special guest with us, so go ahead and introduce yourself.
Well, my name is Michelle Adams, and I'm the new Marketing and Development Director for San Angelo Performing Arts Center.
Wonderful. Well, we are so happy to have you.
Thank you.
So let's
Glad to
just,
be here.
yes. So let's just start. Tell the folks a little bit about what you do there in that position.
Okay, in that position, I help with all kinds of cool things. Support for the staff, as well as marketing, a whole lot of meeting people and greeting people in the community, and just convincing people how great we are and to support the wonderful things that we do.
Yes, y'all are great. Y'all are super awesome.
And Shell is Michelle, but she goes by Shell.
Yeah, either.
She's a San Angelo native, which is really cool. And not only is she now in the performing arts, but she is an accomplished visual artist as well.
Really? What is your medium? What is your
Well, mostly oils, but some acrylics and some watercolor. So depending on the day.
She does it all, folks. She does it all. Well, that is amazing. A perfect fit is what it sounds like.
It is wonderful. It is a wonderful position.
I had an old boss once who said, life and success is all about luck, timing, and tribe. And I think we've met all three because, she's from the arts tribe, and it was lucky, and the timing was perfect.
Just checked all the boxes there.
Check.
Well, fantastic. So, okay, for folks who may be just now tuning in, you'll have your loyal audience, but for those who may not realize that SAPAC is a nonprofit, go ahead and tell them about, your mission and your goals that you have.
Certainly. So SAPAC was established 2012 as a San Angelo Performing Arts Coalition. It was a coalition formed by Angelo Civic Theater, the Ballet San Angelo, the Symphony, and the San Angelo Cultural Affairs Council. And those creatives came together believing that San Angelo needed a performing arts venue. And from 2012, they raised funds to renovate the old Coca-Cola factory to be the Stevens Performing Arts Center, and they raised the money to renovate the Old City Auditorium, and now it's the Murphy Performance Hall. And we are a nonprofit as a venue for the performing arts. I like to see us as a vessel, right? Yeah. Other people use our facilities to further their mission of enriching the cultural arts in San Angelo.
Yeah, well, y'all do just that. You have a phenomenal show coming up. So we're gonna take a little look, just a little snippet of what's coming up, and then we're gonna come back and talk about it. All right, here we go.
The Simon and Garfunkel Story returns to the stage after a sold-out worldwide tour. The nostalgic multimedia experience using huge projected photos and original film footage, the show features a full band featuring all the hits, including Mrs. Robinson, Cecilia, Homeward Bound, and many more. Don't miss the Simon and Garfunkel Story, performing Thursday, March 3rd at the Murphy Performance Hall, sponsored by Berkshire Hathaway, Addresses Realtors. Log on to sanangelopac.org for tickets and more info.
Well, that looks fun.
It does. It brings back so many memories for me because, I know my parents grew up listening to Simon and Garfunkel, and I would listen because they were listening to it, and it's just a great trip down memory road.
That is amazing. So, this appeals to basically everyone.
I think if you love music, you will love this show.
Fantastic. So, speaking of everyone, y'all have some amazing discounts for students.
We do. So there's student pricing for this show, and actually this show in South Pacific, we have pricing at $16.50 for the C and D seating spaces. So the best way to get the discounts, it's called a box office. We also have wonderful group discounts. If you have a group between 10 and 19 people, that's a 10% discount. 20 and more, that's 15%. And you always save money if you buy tickets in person. Right, you save on the internet convenience fee of 10%.
Yeah, exactly. And that's the one thing that I love, that y'all just support everyone. You find a way to get everyone engaged, everyone from the community, from ASU students to people who may not think they're into theater, but then they come to a show. Yet. Fantastic. So, all right, back to Michelle. the fabulous fit there at SAPAC. So speaking of y'all being a nonprofit, we've got San Angelo Gives coming up, and we were speaking about, enriching the community with all these programs. Why would you tell people to donate and to give to SAPAC?
Because it enriches our community so much. If our businesses will come together and embrace what it is that we're doing for our kids, they're so deserving, and their enthusiasm for our programs is unsurpassed.
Yeah.
Because it's a little something different than they normally get in school. So to see the after effects of what that giving looks like in real time is really different than writing a check. So write a check, yes, that's great. Come be part of what we do, but also watch the kids of the faces of the kids.
Yeah.
Because that's where it's at, and we want to send them off into this world with our culture, with our vibrancy of our visual arts designation. That's amazing. And so when you go out into the world, I know this from my own standpoint, West Texas and Concho Valley is not like any other place in the whole wide world.
Yeah.
And so we need to really bring that to our students, so when they go out into this world, they can outwardly shine the things that we put into them. So it's that important.
Yeah, wow, that was amazing, that message there. So for folks who may not realize, where that money goes, y'all have so many outreach programs and do so many different things. Let's talk a little bit about that.
Yes. So donations help us lower the cost of rentals for a lot of student programs, and helps us bring in nonprofits as well, so that they can use our spaces. We have to pay the bills. We have a staff. We have facilities to maintain, and it comes at a cost.
Yeah.
And what we want to do is make our facilities as available to everyone as possible, so that way, like Michelle said, the children can come in, get inspired, and hopefully pursue their dreams on stage, whether it's in a symphony, it's in theater, or it's their own concert, and they're headlining as the lead artist. So, I think that's the goal. If when you give to San Angelo Performing Arts Center, you're helping us enable others to use the space, as well as to preserve the historic Murphy Performance Hall and maintain the Stevens Performing Arts Center.
Exactly. Oh, gorgeous places. If y'all haven't been there.
If I may be so bold, the thing is people may not know 45% of other theaters across the country shut down for good during COVID and after. So we are extremely blessed to have the venues that we have, the talent that we have, and the opportunity to shine and showcase that, yes, we are a visual arts designation, but we are also a theater arts designation as well.
Yeah, exactly. And we talk about how much talent we have here all the time.
Yes, we do. It's like we have the San Angelo Broadway Academy, which has a lot of talent. If you had seen Central High School's Choir's Got Talent last Thursday, you would have seen a lot of the San Angelo Broadway Academy kids there. Joshua Diaz, who recently sang opera in Washington, D.C., and who Howard Taylor wrote a beautiful article in the San Angelo Times about. We have amazing talent. And it's throughout the community, because the performing arts community here is just more than SAPAC. It's B Theater, it's Angelo Civic Theater, it's the Broadway Academy, it's Ballet San Angelo, it's a symphony, it's Angelo State University. They just had a one-act plays this weekend. So it's, we are truly blessed with this environment, and we want to see this continue and just grow, because I hope that one day San Angelo is not only the visual arts capital, but also the performing arts capital of Texas.
Mark it down, folks. He's speaking it, we're receiving it.
And we can make it happen. We can make it happen.
Yes. Yeah, so that brings up another great point. How can other people, get involved? Maybe they can't do San Angelo Gives right now, or maybe they want to go bigger. Maybe they want to sponsor an event. How do they get involved?
The best way to get involved is, just visiting us on 82 Gillis Street, or sending us an email, or giving us a call at the box office. You can be a volunteer. Volunteer is a great task to have, because you can see a show for free.
Yeah. Not bad, huh?
No, you can become a board member. We're always looking for board members. If you want to join the San Angelo Performing Arts Center board and help provide direction and guidance for what we do, that's another great way. Also, just if you have an inkling of wanting to get onto the stage, go out for an audition and be part of that. And people are always looking for backstage crews.
Yeah.
In fact, SAPAC, we have freelance opportunities when the big shows come in. So like when Simon and Garfunkel comes in, and South Pacific will need people to help set up stage, and will pay for those services. So there's many great ways to support and be a part of what we do here. And just, visit us on Facebook and share the things that we have coming down the pipeline, because I think that's also important too, is getting the word out to as many people as possible.
Yeah, exactly. And we are going to talk about some of those things in just a bit. But Michelle, just for those who, going back to getting involved and going back to San Angelo Gives, and you mentioned the kids' faces, and we're talking kids of all ages, finding their passion. I mean, what is that like to see for maybe those who haven't seen it before?
Well, it's indescribable. And that's why you have to be there in real time to see what happens and how far that can extend. And what Yuki is saying is true. We do have all those wonderful ways, but we have other ways. If you own a business, please reach out to me. I want to come and partner with you and find out. I want to get you as a sponsor on our programs. I want to help you find a way that you can partner with us in a powerful way that at the end of the day, your money has gone as far as it can to brighten children.
Yeah, making an impact.
Yes, and enrich that, because it's an authentic experience you get to have in San Angelo, Texas, and we don't want that to go away. We want it to keep growing, and we're coming back strong. People are moving back into the theaters, back into live entertainment, and we want to be on one of the first stops that people make.
Amen to that. Well, folks, get a hold of Michelle. Do you have any final thoughts or messages before we...
Thank you for having me.
Of course, of course.
Glad to be here.
Of course. Well, folks, we do have another special guest. We're going to do a little set change right now. Okay. But as we're doing that, thank you so much, Michelle.
Absolutely.
As we're doing that, okay, you got to tell us about all the awesome things you have coming up.
So in addition to Simon and Garfunkel, which is next weekend, we've got Rob Schneider. That show is selling really well. Get your tickets now if you want to see it. This Saturday. And then we have Garvin Jones. He's coming back to San Angelo, and that'll be on the 31st of March. If you're a fan of blues, that is the show. I know other people have been called Mr. Entertainment. Garvin Jones brings it every single time. The hardest working man in show business, hands down.
That's quite the statement.
And then in April, we've got a lot of things going on. April kicks off with Cat on a Hot Tin Roof with B Theater. I'm also working with Howard Taylor to bring Joshua Diaz to have a night at the Opera on the 1st. Plus, we've got Angelo Civic Theater.
Yes. You may have noticed we have a new guest here. Sir, introduce yourself.
Hi, I am Brent Jenkins. I'm the artistic director of the Angelo Civic Theater.
Perfect transition. Well, tell us all about it.
Well, we are really excited because we got a show that... I knew that people would like, but I really underestimated how much so. So, it has been, we've held over shows before. Usually they're musicals, and everybody loves a musical. But now with Clue, we have sold out from the first day to the last, yesterday matinee. So we're going to hold it over for a third weekend. So this Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, we're going to, for the first time in anybody's memory, hold over a non-musical for a third weekend.
Wow. Yeah. That is amazing. That deserves a round of applause. Oh, my goodness.
I think the best part of it, too, is if you have kids that love STEAM, or science, technology, engineering, arts, and mathematics, you need to see this show, because what they've done with the set is mind-blowing.
Wow. Well, let's talk about it. Kind of walk me through, without giving everything away, walk me through a little bit of the show and what people are going to see.
Well, obviously, this play is based on the board game. Well, and then actually, the play was written after the movie came out. So many people have probably seen the movie back in the 80s, I think, with Tim Curry and Madeline Kahn and a bunch of folks you'll recognize. So they've put it on stage for us. And, of course, it's Colonel Mustard, it's Professor Plum, it's Mr. Green. It's all of the characters that you would heavily play in the game. And they have a murder mystery. People are dying, and they got to figure out who's killing who and how and why. We even got a little game out in the lobby where you can roll dice and you can pick which character with what weapon in what room, just like you would with the board game. So we've made it real interactive and fun that way.
That is so cool. I used to play that game all the time.
It's a great game. So they do that, and what Yuki is referring to is obviously they've got to go to the billiard room, they've got to go to the kitchen, they've got to go to the laboratory and all over the set. So we had to, the set moves to make these little places available for everybody. Wow. And it's great.
It's fantastic engineering. STEAM isn't just like coding and robotics. It is bringing something to life and taking a person's vision and put it on stage and then seeing how it all works, and it works beautifully. The light, the music, and the acting is on point.
That's amazing. Yeah, let's talk a little bit about that for people who may not, realize how much goes into putting together a play, a show, everything like that.
Right.
What do you tell them? How do you explain that to them?
So, the Angelo Civic Theater, for all of its history, has been community-based. In other words, so the director all the way to the people that are running the lights, the people that are moving the set, the people on stage, backstage, all of it is all volunteer. And if you've ever wanted to be involved with the show, I've often heard it said it's the greatest team-building project you've ever been involved with. You'll definitely feel closer to each other before it's all over with. And they come down, come out for auditions every Saturday from noon till 4 o'clock. We build the set. So if you've never built anything before, listen, we're dealing with a bunch of actors. They've never built anything before either. It's not a problem, and you can definitely be part of all that. I obviously have looked at Yuki and others to volunteer in the front of the house, because people have to be, shown their seats and run intermissions and things like that. And a lot of people don't think about that. So there was just a lot of volunteer opportunities for anybody that's kind of want to dip their toe into the water as far as a theater is concerned. Angelo Civic Theater definitely is a place you can do that.
This is the way.
This is the way.
This is the way.
Yeah. Well, so give us a number. Is that how people can get a hold of you, or?
Yeah. So our number for tickets, by the way. So I'm here to tell you, if you want to buy tickets, you can go to our website, angelocivictheater.org. Call the box office, 949-4400. We're located at 1936 Sherwood Way. And although we've been there for over 40 years, I always have to continue to say it's the one right next to what used to be the Pink Gorilla.
The Pink Gorilla.
Yes. But it was the old Parkway Movie Theater for many years, and we love that space. And we've done a lot of good shows. We'll have, and not only have we finished the show, we've already auditioned the next one, and we're up and running for the next one as well. So we seamlessly go from one to the other.
Can you say what it is?
Yes, I'm the director of that show. I'm actually directing that show, and it's Cat on a Hot Tin Roof.
Yes.
Which opens on 1 April. So 1 April is going to be a big day for the performing arts. Hands down. Not to mention, it's also the first day of the rodeo. But, if you want to come out and experience the arts and have a great start to the weekend, that is the time to do it.
This is the time. And it's not an April Fool's joke. It's actually happening.
It's actually happening.
Yes. Yes.
Well, fantastic. Guys, thank you so much for coming on and telling us about it. Do you have any final thoughts or messages that you want to share?
The Angelo Civic Theater, like all arts organizations, appreciates the support financially as well as bodies to come and see the shows. So don't forget us when you're giving to the theater arts on San Angelo Gives this year.
Yeah. It's important because, all the arts just getting started after the pandemic. It's been a huge undertaking because it's restarting programs, doing maintenance, updating equipment, just getting the ball rolling again. When you have the momentum, everything seems to be going well, but to start from square one again, that's hard.
Yeah, it is. And especially, I think something, that we've talked about before, the arts is something that people turn to during this rough time. So that could be a reminder, if you watched anything or went to, streamed anything, this is
the
a
show
place
was
to...
talking about how a lot of theaters had to close down. Believe me, Angelo Civic Theater, which by the way is one of the oldest community theaters in the state of Texas, had to get through, the Depression and 2 world wars and now a couple of pandemics. But we managed to get it done with radio shows and stuff like that. So we figure out a way.
Yeah. Where there's a will, there's a way, right?
And I think that's the beauty of the performing arts is, the show will always go on in some form or fashion. And the creative, critical thinkers that we have within our community is incredible because, we know that there's a need, and to give up on it would be a travesty. And we just need to continue to grow it. I've talked before, like, the performing arts here is an ecosystem. Everyone kind of depends on everyone else for it to persist into the future. And I think that's very important.
Definitely. Well, I think you'll have a bright future ahead of you.
I hope so.
That's the goal, right? That's the plan?
That's the goal. Yeah. Just keep looking at the Facebook page. I would like to say how much I appreciate the collaboration from SAPAC as well as B Theater, all those theaters. We all kind of share costumes and sets and, actors and things like that. And we all kind of support each other because we know we're in this together.
Exactly. Oh, well, I can't say anything better than that, so we'll just leave it at that. We're all in this together. Guys, thanks again so much for coming on and telling us about it. And thank you all for watching. We will will see you next time on Theater Talk at 3 o'clock. See you later.